changing. Yeah. Nothing will ever be the same. Yeah. Limitless scope for transformation. Yeah. Yet no one has the answer for the pain. Yeah. Selfishness and greed have many blinded. Heartlessness has many people suffering. Why can't we see our brothers' pain? Yeah. Children are hungry and they are crying. Mothers are hurting and they are sighing. Yet all we care about is gain. Yeah. It's time for unity. Yeah. Deception is tumbling down. Live in unity. Yeah. Yeah. Division must be broken down. Unite in dignity. Yeah. United under God we stand. Unity is power. Stand for unity, yeah.
You have been watching the latest development, and you seem to be very unsure of what to do next. You know something is about to happen, but again, you simply keep watching without a clue as to what to do next. Wake up, my brothers and sisters. You must move now to save yourselves. Move now to prepare yourselves for the peril ahead. Lifeline Financial Programs has always been telling you that things will get very serious very quickly if you do not prepare for what is coming. Nothing will get better. Move now to save yourself. It is predicted that you will be having serious financial problems soon. Will you sit and wait until everything has crashed then say, "If I had known"? Find us today at Lifeline Financial Programs. We have the best plans to keep you alive during the trying times ahead. Don't wait until everything has fallen apart and you are running around like a chicken without a head. Find us at Lifeline Financial Programs today. We will help you find a way. Call us at 540-4555 or email us at lifelinebvlimited@gmail.com.
Lifeline Financial Programs, the gateway to a better future.
Ouch. Goodness gracious. You mean my sound is off all this time? Oh, that's crazy. Well, I tell you what. Let me welcome you again to the program. This is crazy. So much crazy things are happening. It's crazy. Even in the studios, we're having some crazy times right now. Thank you so much. My callers are amazingly sweet, and of course, my viewers. Um, Guys, we have some good viewers here. Thank you so much for making that known. Yeah, technically, sometimes things do happen. I'm not sure what the hell was that. Wow. All right. So let's do it again. I think if it's nice to say, if it's nice to do it twice. To the streams of water, to the pools and the lakes, to the maize, the fruits, to the medical herbs and the trees, to the forest trees for their usefulness, and to the animals that serve as food and give their pelt for clothing, to the great winds and the lesser winds, to the thunderers, to the sun, to the mighty warrior, to the moon, to the messengers of the Creator who reveals his wishes, and to the great Creator who dwells in the heavens above, who gives all the things useful to men, and who is the source and the ruler of health and life. For all things, and to the great Creator, we give thanks. Let me tell you something, my friends. You see, these days, uh, whether it is media, whether it's church, whether it's government, whether it's wherever you put yourself right now, we're going to see some crazy things happening in the world, you know. The crazy times ain't begin yet. And let me tell you something, desperation is going to drive a lot of us up the wall. That's why I'm saying again, do not stress. Don't stress. Whatever happens, don't stress. I don't think COVID is going to kill as much people as what stress is going to do. The Bible tells you that the heart of many will fail them for fear. The heart of many will be failing them for fear. You know what fear does? Creates stress and pandemonium. People running to and fro, trying to catch themselves, trying to find a resolve. Stress, not a good thing. Whatever you do, my beloved brothers and sisters, do not stress. Don't allow yourselves to stress. Because when the day is done, stress will give you a bad heart and bad blood and bad brain and bad lungs, and stress kills you. And when you're dead and you're gone, leave your loved ones behind, and no one is there to take care of them when you are the one responsible. It doesn't help you, does it? It doesn't help them either. So let us not stress. I'm speaking to my friends in the BVI, especially. If you're in the BVI, you're watching us this evening, good evening. Please share this with your friends, because it's going to be a very interesting discussion. And of course, we have a lot more that we would like to bring to the fore this evening. So please share the live with your friends. If you're watching us from Facebook, good evening. If you're watching us on YouTube, good evening. And of course, if you're watching us from LinkedIn, we thank you so much for joining us. And please share this with your friends. Adriana King said everything is for a season. Oh, goodness gracious. I tell you, it's a seasonal perhaps, but when the day is done, goodness gracious, if we don't find a place in this season to maintain peace of mind, my people, peace of mind is a hard thing to find nowadays in all of this chaos. But we must find a place where you can rest with a little peace of mind. That's the only place. That's the only way you're going to find some calm, and you're going to avoid stress. Find a place where you can find some peace of mind. This evening on News Buzz, we've been following what is happening in Canada. And Canada has been perhaps a very interesting development. I think Canada it has a lot of significance for the rest of the world as we speak. We've been seeing where many nations are dropping the COVID-19 mandate. Many nations are dropping the mandates. And you're wondering what is happening in Canada. 3 states, I think it's 3 or 4 states in Canada, have also dropped the mandates. everybody's waking up. Doctors are now about to meet with the states. And tonight, this evening, on News Buzz, we take you into Canada, where we will look at what has been happening in Canada with whatever that is going on there. Quite a very interesting development. Uh, uh, and of course, when you look at it, it is nothing to take lightly. We have been watching the truckers, and the truckers have been making a very significant point. Very significant point. And when the day is done, the whatever is happening with the truckers seems to be making headline news across the world. And of course, tonight we want to look at that in a way that is going to make sense to us. The doctors are now planning to meet with the state to discuss this thing in a way that should make sense to them. So nothing to be taken lightly. And of course, I'm going to take you into that presentation just now.
I got communications from the United States government, the Trump administration, to join the administration in Washington as a senior COVID pandemic advisor to the Trump administration working out of Health and Human. The purpose for our brief discussion today is to try and set the table for what we had proposed to the government public health officials for this coming Friday at 1 p.m. at the Marriott Hotel in the York Room, and that's downtown Ottawa. And essentially, first of all, I think it's germane to give a brief background, and Dr. Hodgkinson will do the same of ourselves. So in terms of what is germane to this discussion, my background training is in epidemiology from the University of Toronto, a master's degree there. I also did a master's training at York University in Downsview, Ontario, in health sciences. I went on to Oxford and did a graduate degree in clinical epidemiology and evidence-based medicine under people like Dr. Carl Hennigan, etc., the giants in evidence-based medicine. I also did a small certificate program in biological warfare, bioterrorism at Johns Hopkins, in how to weaponize pathogen and protect the city from the use of biological weapons. And then I went on to McMaster University in Canada, and I read for a doctorate and my postdoc with Dr. Gordon Guyot, who is the founder of evidence-based medicine with Dr. David Sackett. My doctorate was in clinical epidemiology and evidence-based medicine. So specific to this is around mid of 2019, I was working for WHO and Pan American Health, Washington, D.C., developing a training program for low and middle income countries on how to conduct basic research, evidence, etc. COVID reared its head in Italy and China around January of 2020. WHO asked me to pivot my role to be their COVID pandemic advisor for everything to do with evidence and to message to the world as COVID began. Whilst I was doing that, I got communications from the United States government, the Trump administration, to join the administration in Washington as a senior COVID pandemic advisor to the Trump administration working out of Health and Human Services, which I did. Since leaving the United States government, I've been heavily involved in the groups that involves Dr. Hodgkinson, Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Harvey Risch, Dr. Zev Zelenko, Dr. Richard Urso, Dr. Ladapo, Dr. John Littell, Dr. Hodgkinson, all of these giants in the field of early outpatient treatment, because it became known very early that we can treat this virus very early in the disease sequelae and prevent hospitalization and death by as much as 90%. So I'm a key member of that group, A lot of those publications, I am the first author, if not the second. And also, even though I was in the Trump administration, I broke with the administration in terms of these vaccines. I became anti-vaccine for the children, that under no condition, none, still today, must any child in this world, including Canada, be in receipt of any of these COVID vaccines. So here's the issue that we face today. I have friends in Canada who are truckers, and they began to tell me, Paul, all of a sudden, I cannot even move around in Canada because I chose not to be vaccinated, and I wanted to exercise my natural immunity, because remember, the evidence showed us that natural immunity was far superior than vaccinal immunity. So they were right. But the government, the public health officials in Canada, implemented policies which constrained them. They couldn't go to the gym, the restaurant, they couldn't move around, they couldn't earn a living. The government implemented this policy where truckers had to be vaccinated, and there were no ways around that. That is a huge problem, because Canada depends on the US trucker in terms of our goods, for our groceries, and for our survival. And so that is a huge, huge problem. And the issue is this. The reality is, with the advent of Omicron is so mild, it's highly infectious, but so non-pathogenic, that it offered the globe an exit off-ramp strategy. In other words, it suggested to us, Mueller's ratchet, that the virus did exactly what we knew it was going to do, which is over time, it will mutate milder and milder and milder to become highly infectious, because it does not want to kill the host. It would arrive at an evolutionary dead end. It does not want to do that. So it wants to become mild, live in a symbiotic relationship with the host, not kill the host. And that's where we are. Omicron is this gift, as Dr. Malone has said it. So the reality is, today, the Canadian government has to accept this gift and understand that this is your exit strategy. And when we look at the data, the truth of the matter here is this. We are very contemporary with the science, and we read the studies every day. We are part of a C19 COVID group, United States and the Canadian version, where we interchange all of the science by the hour. So we actually know every study that is being put out, what the findings are, and we are updating our view and our understanding. And what is the understanding? Well, the understanding is that the vaccines are non-sterilizing, and it's a very important point, because when the Prime Minister yesterday spoke about our way out of this is to vaccinate and boosting, etc., but the Prime Minister is flat wrong. He is very misguided. He does not understand what he has said. And if his public health department, FAC and Health Canada, are giving him these talking points, he's actually embarrassed himself. Because what he's saying to Canadians is, I took 2 vaccines, I even took the booster, and yet I got infected. So I am telling you, you need to go and take the booster, which is completely absurd nonsense. The reality is this. The vaccine is not working, and the vaccine carries risks. It has failed on Omicron. It offers no protection to the upper areas. So for you to be pushing the society to vaccinate is wrong-sided. It does not comport with the existing data. We have data today from Israel that shows us that highest infections, yet highest hospitalizations, and even deaths now. We have data from Denmark, we have data from Sweden, we have the recent UK data published in Public Health England, we have the recent Scottish data, Public Health Scotland, that shows us clearly that the vaccinated person, especially double vaccinated and the triple vaccinated, are getting massively more infected than the unvaccinated person. So for you to be trying to make a policy right now where you are saying the trucker can't come into the society unless they're vaccinated, it does not fit with the science, because the vaccine does not stop transmission.
PSI TV is happy to bring you the raw truth every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Would you like to partner with us? Would you like to advertise your business during this program? We have amazing packages and feature plans just for you. Be sure to email us at rawtruthinfo@gmail.com or call us at 284-540-4555 while this special package lasts. Tell us what you like. We will do the rest. PSI Network. Touching the world, the world, the world.
And welcome back. And of course, I find it very interesting that the Canadian people have been standing up and making a very significant mark. You won't hear much. I'm not sure why we're not hearing much more about this. However, it is very interesting as you examine what is happening in Canada. Doctors, all the truckers, one massive tens of thousands of truckers, to include people, millions if you ask me, all from all over Canada coming together to form one of the largest protests in the history of Canada. And this is significant across the rest of the world. I'm sure it is something that we need to keep an eye on as we continue to examine exactly what is happening at that level. Very interesting. I thought it is one of these matters that I need to share with you as we gather here, as we watch this program on a Monday evening. Very interesting, and it is something that I think we need to continue to examine moving forward. The people of Canada are resolute. You look at what is happening in Germany and other parts. Massive truck convoys are coming together in a very similar way to make their statement. Yes, credibly so, perhaps. Where will this go? Where will this go? If you notice, I tend to be very neutral as one who speaks the raw truth here. I'm never going to tear down any one person or side. I don't take side here. The program is the raw truth. That is what we do. We just discuss the matters in a way that makes sense. And we continue to examine these matters in a way that everyone who watched this program can understand exactly what we're doing. We're not biased here. We don't believe in taking sides with anyone. Yeah? We never took side, never will. Because when the day is done, we must be unbiased, especially as people in the media. We have to be very careful exactly what we do. We find nowadays that media seem to be dead. I'm not sure what in hell is going on. You can't even get the truth out of media anymore. One time you could go to the news and get real news. Nowadays, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe what's going on? I don't know. Our media personnel seem to have been all falling asleep or something. Maybe they're making too much money. I don't know. Tell me. I don't know. This evening we have a very interesting woman. She is a belonger, as they call them in the BVI. And I need to say this. This is a fact that many people need to understand. Every system that we find in the world is created by people. People create systems. If a system is crappy, it is because the people who formulate the system are crappy. If the system is slack and not doing what it is supposed to do, people make systems. Yes? So when the people are crappy, the system is crappy. Where the people care for themselves only, then you won't get nothing out of a system except selfishness and abuse. But where a system looks out for people, it means that the people who formulated the system have a heart for people. Let us clear the air with that. So if I travel to your country and things are bitchy and everybody's face long and you can't get you with nothing because everybody's sitting on you, it is what is happening there as a result of the people who are managing the system. Let us turn the light on the BVI tonight, because I think this is going to be a very interesting discussion, because when the day is done, we have not been able to understand, even in part, the depth of the effect of the systems within this country. And it seems to me that most people have been very careful not to talk about it. And while they are not talking, a lot of hell broken loose under the surface, and no one seemed to care a rat's butt about what is happening under the surface. That gets very serious, does it? To make it more dangerous, where people's lives are affected in a way that they are suffering as a result of the systems that are managed by people. And no one cares about anybody. Because you're not what? You're not a member of the family, or you're not what? I don't want to touch it. Because when it is done, it is either we are going to be dealing with people like people, or we are going to abuse them and get charged for criminality in the courts, or we are going to find ourselves in a situation where our young people are going to start rising up like hell, finding gun all about and start thieving food. Because when Bob Marley says a hungry man is an angry man, this is not going to be a nice presentation tonight, because we have some serious matters to deal with, and no one seemed to be making the time to even touch it. And it's not unique to the BVI. You look at Jamaica, you look at St. Vincent, you look at Trinidad, Barbados, Dominica. It seems to be becoming a sore in the Caribbean region. And it is not that we don't have money. Billions of dollars are sitting around in the Caribbean region, literally. Right? The BVI needs nothing. So what is the problem? I have a young lady here on the line who she's been going through some stuff for a while, and she decided to talk with us because she feels the only way that people are going to wake up to the facts is if she speaks about it. And I think it is reasonable and right. This is the raw truth. It's a platform where anyone and everyone has the right to share your opinion. It is your right to share your views. Yes, it is your right to express how you feel. And no one should have a problem with it, because it is your right to do so. As long as you do it within the structure of decency, with respect for other people, I have no problem with it. Anything else does not live here, because I do not tolerate or support the tearing down of other people or the disregarding of other people's privacy or their feelings. That doesn't happen here. We have Miss Jean Matthews on the line, and of course she's a Bvislander. Miss Matthews, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
How you doing? How things? How you coping with COVID and all the rest of foolishness going on? Talk to me.
So.
You did.
Okay. I've been out of a job since 2020, and I've been pushing myself a long time, trying to get into another job,
Mhm.
and it doesn't seem as if anyone is in the BVI at all that listens to the locals. And right now, it gets so bad that I am being evicted
Hold
from
on,
where
hold
I
on, hold
am
on, hold
living.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Take your time. You say you're not working now.
No.
Were you working before? Tell us about that.
Okay. I've been working for the social development
Yes.
department. And I've been working, I give them 19 years of service.
19 years of service, you say.
Yes, I
And
did.
you retired or what? What happened? Tell us about that.
I didn't retire. I took sick. I took ill. And I took ill for approximately 3 weeks.
Right.
When I finish recover, I take in my doctor certificates to show proof and evidence that I was out sick. Only to know that little that I didn't know. They present me a termination letter. A termination letter saying I'm not pensionary, and they're not renewing my whatever the job appraisal. And there you go. I was through the door.
Hold on. Were you pensionable at the time when you took sick?
I was.
And after 19 years, you said 19 years, right?
Yes, 19 years.
You were fired and told what?
2020, I was fired.
And what you said I told you?
They're not renewing my job appraisal.
They're not renewing your job appraisal. Why did they tell you that?
I have no idea why they tell me that. I have no idea. On top of that, I have a 6-year-old child, a son. I have responsibilities. They were aware of me having responsibilities because I have 6 children and I do have responsibility. So terminating me like that was a slap in the face.
Did you speak to anyone around it about it? Who did you speak with about it?
I speak with Tanya Christopher and
Who is she?
Lorna Dawson.
Who is she?
Tanya Christopher is the accountant for social development. She deals with the employees, with the payment of a program that they do have when they hire folks for a certain amount of time. They would let you know if they will keep you full time or they will let you go. And Miss Lorna Dawson is my supervisor, was my supervisor. We had a meeting in the conference room after I took sick and I went back. And she said to me, she was very rude to me in the meeting. And she said, when the time comes, she's not going to renew my job appraisal. So I was like speechless.
But why? There has to be a reason. Why did she tell you that?
I have no idea why.
No, but you are supposed to know if something is wrong. If you're not performing, if you've been lazy on the job, if you've been an alcoholic, if you're taking drugs, if you whatever the hell it is, you are supposed to know. You reserve the right to know, don't you?
I came into work when I was supposed to come into work. When I am ill, I call in and I say, well, I am out sick and so forth. And also, I worked with the disabilities along with my co-workers. They always keep me attached and let me know when I'm to come in or what activity they're going to have day to day. And that time when I took sick, I called in my co-worker and she also recommended me to speak to the supervisor. I called the supervisor and I let her to know that I'm out sick. She said, when you recover, then you come to the office. You go to the office and there's something at the front desk for you. I said, okay. So in the 7th of December 2020, I recovered from work. I used to go into work. I received a letter and I didn't open it until I reached to the HR department in town. There's 2 of them. There's one as a Sascal building, behind the Sascal building, and there's one in town opposite from Bobby's supermarket. So I went to the one opposite from Bobby's supermarket and I went upstairs and I opened it in front of a lady there by the name of Miss Smith. She asked me, do you know what's in this letter? I said, no, because I choose to open it in front of someone to witness.
Yes.
She said, what are you going to do as of the 31st of December? I said, well, I want to press on and seek employment before that expiry date. Apparently, I fill application till I feel like I'm mad. I feel stupid. I feel like I'm mad. Until this day, I still haven't get any success.
How long is it now that you've been filling applications?
Since 2012, before the 31st of December. Before.
And all of this, when you were terminated, happened when, you say?
The 31st of December is when I got terminated.
The terminated of December when? When?
December
what
31st.
Year? What year?
2020.
In 2020. So Lord have mercy, in the middle of COVID with all the crap going on. If you get any of the COVID money that was distributed?
I didn't get any stimulus package. I didn't get any COVID-19 package. I didn't get no kind of funds. No sort of funds.
So hold on, sister. If you're not working, have you been to any of your politicians since that time?
Yes, I've been to the politician. I've been to Mr. Premier because I was in his district. The Premier, he left Ireland. He went to the UK. They said to fill an application form, and when he gets back, he's going to call me. I haven't get any word from him. I haven't heard anything from him since. I haven't not hear anything from him.
Which other of your politicians you went to?
Premier, Honorable, and
so he's your okay. He's a member for the district that you're living in.
Number 1 at the time.
Hold on. You have children, right?
Yes, I do.
So if you're not working, how them eat?
That's the thing. I went and I sell mango. I sell papaya. My landlord, which is Mr. Arundel Bonavon, he gives me an opportunity to sell mango, papaya. It was soursop and different type of different fruits from the grounds. And I went and I make a little change and I try to make it for my son. You know, I try to provide for my son. Then
hold on, my sister, because this, you see, when we present situations like these on these programs, people tend to feel that you want to tear down and you want to this and that. But when people have gone to the limit, like this young woman who I'm speaking with right now, right? She was working, she was terminated without a reason, she said. Without a reason. No one gave her any reason.
Yes.
19 years on the job, pensionable. She left without a penny.
No dollars.
That in itself is a slap in the face, regardless of what happened. After 19 years on the job, for God's sake, it is but reasonable. If you work at one place for 19 years, and even if you thief a hog or a goat or whatever else one want to thief on your life, You have done your time, for God's sake. You deserve at least some form of compensation, especially where you have a family.
Yes.
She left without a penny. No word from nobody. She talked to our premier. Until now, nothing. And she has children to go to school. We're going to pick up on that when we come back, because when the day is done, how can someone live in these days when everything is falling apart without a job? Is it that we are pushing our women into prostitution? Is this what it is supposed to be? Is it that our women, when they don't have a job, need to go find some man and become a sex slave to get $20 to buy a little rice and piece of chicken? And when that is over, you go find the next man when that one don't work, and decide, is this what we are pushing our people into? I'm speaking in general to our governments across the Caribbean region. Is this what we are putting our people into? I wanted to share this live because this is nothing to take lightly. And if this woman is trying to keep her head up and not end up selling her body for 20 cents because she wants to get a pound of sugar, and she's going to her government for support, and nobody is looking at her, and she have her children to send to school. Is your child going to school right now?
No, I can't send him. I can't send him to school. I don't know where my next dollar is coming from. And I'm afraid that, I'm going to get in trouble with the law like that.
No, but how can you get in trouble with the law when the people... What kind of crap is this? How can you get in trouble with the law when the law is in trouble? The people who are keepers of the law are in trouble with you because they're violating your right as a human being and depriving you of basic food and sustenance. In a country where you have trillions of dollars on the back and people sitting on how much millions of dollars and you're hungry, you can't even find food. Just what kind of crap is this? And when I speak, people are going to get upset about this. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know where my next dollar is coming from. So,
you know how upsetting it is to hear you talk like this? And the fact is, you have reached out to all the people you know, and none of them responded to you.
None haven't responded. None. The Labor Department, they say they are doing some investigation. Until now, they can't finish investigation.
What investigation is happening? Because I'm sure you're searching for jobs. Have you been to the Labor Department to see if you can get anything from them?
The last word I heard from Miss Brathwaite is that the job that I was replying for, requesting that there is no qualification on my resume to do the job, which was a sales clerk. That is what sales clerk.
So you need qualification to be a sales clerk. What else can you do?
Housekeeping.
You can do housekeeping.
Yes,
and that is at the base end. I hope I don't tell you need qualification to become a housekeeper.
My main goal is to be receptionist, professional secretary.
Listen, and I'm speaking. I hope people in the BVI is listening to this because listen. My job is not to make you look bad. My job is to bring to the fore the issues that are prevailing among us. And when the day is done, if a young woman cannot find food to feed her children because she cannot get a job because she doesn't have qualification to become a sales clerk, and she seemed to be someone who is willing to get out there and work hard to feed herself. She's even prepared to become a housekeeper. A housekeeper to clean people's house, to make a buck because she needs to feed her children. Is there anyone with a heart tonight who is going to reach out to us here and say, listen, have this young woman call us. We have something to give her. This is my question. COVID right now mash up the whole place. People can't even find... I know it's a tough call. because the economy is in shambles for many people. Many people can't even find a basic wage, a job to even feed themselves. I'm not sure what is going to happen. You look at young people right now. When I come back, I'm gonna have another talk with you. I'm gonna ask you some questions in relation to what is happening on the ground, because it is not looking good when our young people, especially, are at a place where they are now finding it seriously hard. You're talking about drugs on the ground and young men trying to find a buck and everybody cussing and talking about drugs and all these bulls. Huh? While I'm not in for supporting anything that is illegal, what do we expect our young people to do when we are providing no opportunity for them to beat this madness that is called the COVID crap as we see it?
Yeah.
Because our young people are going to find themselves in serious trouble. Young women wanting to hold them head up. And a man them want is work. And a man them want is an opportunity. And a man them just want to do something so them can provide for them family. But where they cannot find that opportunity, what are they prepared to do? In the face of millions or billions or even trillions of dollars that is circulating among friends of governments, not only in the BVI, but across the Caribbean region. If you notice, I'm very unbiased in this because it's everywhere. Who are going to stand up for our people who are in need?
That's right.
I'll come back in a minute. Let me take a breath.
You have been watching the latest development, and you seem to be very unsure of what to do next. You know something is about to happen, but again, you simply keep watching without a clue as to what to do next. Wake up, my brothers and sisters. You must move now to save yourselves. Move now to prepare yourselves for the peril ahead. Lifeline Financial Programs has always been telling you that things will get very serious very quickly if you do not prepare for what is coming. Nothing will get better. Move now to save yourself. It is predicted that you will be having serious financial problems soon. Will you sit and wait until everything has crashed then say, "If I had known"? Find us today at Lifeline Financial Programs. We have the best plans to keep you alive during the trying times ahead. Don't wait until everything has fallen apart and you are running around like a chicken without a head. Find us at Lifeline Financial Programs today. We will help you find a way. Call us at 540-4555 or email us at lifelinebvlimited@gmail.com.
Lifeline Financial Programs, the gateway to a better future.
PSI TV is happy to bring you the raw truth every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Would you like to partner with us? Would you like to advertise your business during this program? We have amazing packages and feature plans just for you. Be sure to email us at rawtruthinfo@gmail.com or call us at 284-540-4555 while this special package lasts. Tell us what you like. We will do the rest. PSI Network. Touching the world, the world, the world.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us here on the Raw Truth this evening. I'm your host, Chief Pakalk Ingbe, otherwise called Kenny G, of course. And of course, we are having a very serious discussion with a young woman here in the BVI. And of course, when the day is done, it hurts me deeply when I see people who are trying to do right, who are trying to hold their head up. People who are trying to to be decent. Going through stuff such as what I'm seeing here, and no one seemed to care. It hurts deeply. I especially women. Women. It hurts deeply. And when the day is over, the question now is, what do we do to help our people going through all the things they are going through across the Caribbean region, and especially in the BVI? It's a very small place. In a population of maybe 30 odd thousand, which may be less because a lot of people have left because of COVID to go back to their homes. And when the day is over, where do we go? What do we do to help our people to ride above the waves in the face of billions, if not trillions of dollars available, sitting someplace in some corner comfortable, while people are as hungry as hell? What do we do to help our people? I said it earlier, that if a system is crooked, it is because the people who are managing the system are crooked. And if a system is working to the benefit of the people, which it is supposed to work in their favor, it is because the people have a heart. The people who are managing the system have a heart for the people they serve. Is this going to be a matter that we have to seriously look at in relation to what is going to happen among us, what is happening among us moving forward? I'm looking at the comments, and my friend Willie saying that the young lady need a good lawyer. This seems to be the general position here in relation to what I'm seeing. Everybody's saying the same thing, that she needs a good lawyer. The problem is where one cannot afford to have a good lawyer. Is it that our governments are going to exploit our people simply because they are unable to afford lawyers to fight for them in court? Yes? And as a result of the fact that some of us are not capable of fighting our way through it, we're going to be exploited, and our benefits are going to be stolen because of our incapacity to fight. Is this the case? It becomes a very serious matter. Yes? And we cannot continue like this if we are going to... You know what my problem is, people? A lot of governments right now are looking into elections. Elections are coming up again, you know.
Yeah.
And everybody fighting like hell, and everybody campaigning like hell. Everybody want everybody to vote for them. Many people right now that I know, they are suffering deeply, very sad, very quietly. They are suffering very, very seriously, but very quietly. And guess what? Because of pride and fear, they cannot talk about it. Because if they talk, they feel embarrassed. If they talk, they feel ashamed. Because if they say it, people are going to look at them funny. That all of these things are happening, and they feel ashamed that somebody's going to know them business if they speak about it. My friends, you're watching this program, call me here and tell me about what is happening, because the time has come when we cannot sit on it any longer, because it is not that our countries are so broke that they cannot look after you and make sure that you get food, basic food, or you're helped to provide a shelter over your head. Many people live in rent houses right now. Some of these landlords are bastards. They don't care how you live. They don't care whether you have food. All they want is them rent. Of course, they have their own problems for the most part. But some of them can do better. It is a problem, and we have to deal with it. We cannot live like this. It's a serious matter. We cannot live like this. Our people are in serious trouble, and someone has to save them. Who is going to help our people? Right? Millions of dollars are being made by governments out of this COVID-19 madness. Millions, if not billions, if you ask me. Where is all of this money going?
Somebody pocket get me.
Where is all of this money going? I am asking these questions because I want you to, we need to stop to think about all of this. Is it that we have become so heartless that we cannot even have a heart for our people anymore? Is this where we are? Is it that we prefer to see our people dead than to help them? Dead than to save them? Dead than to save their lives? Is this where we are? Is this it? Tell me something, my sister. When you look on the ground right now, the young people that you're seeing across the ground, what is the general state of affair? Because I need to get your feed, because you're on the ground, you see what is happening. What is happening among our young people? How are they dealing with all of this?
Well, you see, some of them just move along with the flow. Some of them just taking shame and just going along with the flow. You know, it's like they don't have a choice of their own. They've been bullied by these people who are inside.
Bullied, you say?
They have been bullied to stay away from the media. They have been bullied, saying, "Oh, you don't go and bring down the government because this and you ain't gonna get no help." These are the things what is it they threatening you about.
You're not. Hold on. You're not serious. You can't be serious.
I'm serious. They are warning you to stay away from the media and don't speak your mind and don't speak out and say what they are doing to you. And then 4 persons in Labor Department, they recently give jobs for housekeeping, cleaning, and they are not from the BVI. They are not from the BVI. And I'm here pleading and begging them for work. So they are removing you from speaking.
Good evening, Miss Pemberton. I'm seeing you. Good evening. It is sad, Mrs. Pemberton. It is so sad to hear you speak like this. Where's our heart? Where is our heart? What kind of heart do we have? Where's our heart, man? If anyone can help this young woman on my screen, if you can help her, call me at 540-4555. Please call me. Please call. I'm giving you my number. Please call. Please call 540-4555 or email us if you can. Email us at rawtruthinfo@gmail.com. Yeah, email us because we need to help our people. We have to help our people. We cannot sit and watch our women, especially. Men are even more dangerous because we probably think that men are tough and they can manage it. A lot of men are now taking up the gun for food. Food. It is because of food. They're hungry. And it's not thief them want to thief, It's hungry, them hungry. And as a result of the fact that they are hungry, their desperation is driving them to do things that they don't want to do. We have to stop this. We have to get our people to a place where we can help, position them so we can help them. I implore the governments across the Caribbean region, and especially the government of the BVI. BVI-landers don't need nothing or shouldn't need anything. This is a rich country. Our people should have places where they can go and get help. This young woman, she reached out to everybody, and everybody seemed to be turning a blind eye to her situation. She has her children to feed. They can't go to school because she can't get any help from anybody. She's been to the premier's office for help and no response. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. This is not what this country is about. I know the BVI. It's a rich place. It is. People here shouldn't need anything. But why is it that some of us are suffering while others have it bountifully? Why is that so? Why is it that friends of our politicians can live lavish lives and get benefits to build houses and all the things that they need to get, while some people, because they don't have anybody to look out for them, are suffering? Why is it that the money is flowing so unevenly? Friends who are connected to the sources are getting the money, and other people, because they don't have anybody to call upon, are not getting anything. If it is not food, it is COVID relief. If it is not COVID relief, it is who know you forget work. And I thought locals and belongers were of paramount importance. And if belongers are not even, can't even find, if belongers don't even stand a chance, then where the hell would an immigrant stand? That again is a totally different issue. I don't even want to touch it, because some of you would cry.
Belongers cannot survive here. Belongers cannot survive here in the BBI because we have so much Caribbean people here taking our job.
No, but no. Hold on, sister. Hold on now. That is one of the bulls that I've been hearing, and I crush it. Why? Because it is not true. I tell you why it is not true. While you are one unique person who will be satisfied to get a housekeeping job because you want to feed your child, many locals or Bvilanders will never do a housekeeping job. They don't want it. They want to go to an office where they can sit comfortably and chat all day on the phone and form the ass, and month end come, they collect their salary, and that is it. They don't care to they don't care to do a housekeeping job to make $1. They don't want to do that. It's too demeaning. Now, where the local or the belonger don't care to do a housekeeping job, the immigrant who comes in here who will do anything for $1 will be happy to clean your toilet for $1. They don't care. That's the problem.
That's true.
So you hear this nastiness all the time about immigrants coming in to take away locals and belongers' jobs. It's bulls. Politicians are fooling all of you. It's bulls. The local and the belonger, listen, if it wasn't for local and belonger, some of them house fly with a rat and fly with a hall with some of them, because they're not cleaning them. Locals would never go in some of them to clean them. The immigrant are the ones who are keeping this territory afloat. Let's talk the raw truth tonight. We've been hiding like jackasses from this. The time has come to speak the truth, yo. Madness. Where our local people lose it, the immigrant fall in and fill the gap. That is what is keeping this territory alive. This is why the territory looks good. Because the immigrant who is supposed to be given the credit are villainized, and politicians, because they want vote, talking bulls about immigrants taking away local and belonger job. Bulls! If it was so, create more jobs for your people so they would have a job. And this young woman would not be on my program this evening. Can't find a job, and she go to the labor department. And not even to get a basic job, they're asking for qualification. Listen to me, man. I have a problem with this. I have a problem with it, yo. I'm so upset because I can't see how we could ever live like this and pretend that it is okay. And when I talk, oh, you're putting down. No, I'm not putting down anybody. It's a system that is rigged. A system that is so compromised that people are afraid to speak, even to talk about what the hell they're going through. Because if they talk about it, they're going to come under serious fire. I see local people talk about it all the time, and when the day is done, they are villainized. Locals, villainized. Because nobody's supposed to talk about it while people are suffering like hell. Come on, for God's sake, man. Time to fix it. Some of my best people in this territory are local people. Let me say this categorically. I have friends here dear to my heart, local people. Love them because they have a heart. And while you have some, let me behave myself. Everywhere you go, you find idiot and you find good people. Everywhere you go in the world, you have good people and you have idiots. Everywhere. So let me put the idiots where they belong. You have decent people in this territory with a heart, and I love them. I was fortunate to meet many of them. And I'm appealing to the decent people in this territory tonight. Let us help our people who are in need to rise above the COVID pandemic, the so-called pandemic that was created by the people who created it. The news is everywhere now. This is not my word. Everybody's saying it. The doctors are saying it. Everybody's talking about it now. Don't blame me for it. In news buzz earlier, you heard the doctors, high-profile doctors in Canada, who are talking about this thing. They're coming from all corners across the world. It is not Kenny G who is saying this. It's everywhere. Many countries have reopened and have dropped all mandates because they say it is not making sense. This is not Kenny G saying it. Everybody knows this. It's commonplace knowledge. We need to save our people. We have to open our countries, cut the bulls so we can save our people. If we don't stop to save our people now, we are going to have serious problems. Because if our young people are hungry, they are going to kill for food. I didn't plan to go on so bad here tonight, but I'm so upset, man. Our politicians are losing it. Our politicians are losing it. You cannot have a system where our people are second place and the politicians are loading their pockets with all the money and however they can load it on the back end. And the people are dying for hunger and can't send their children to school. And everybody's happy with that. Welcome to the raw truth. The time has come. We have to stop and deal with it. I'm calling on the BVI government. And I'm going to send this woman back to the Labor Department. And I'm going to send her back to her premier and any other politician she can find. I'm sure by tomorrow this is going to be hot news all over the whole place. Look out for her. She's coming. We can't treat our people like this, my beloved people. People hungry. And I tell you, a lot of them are hungry to the point where they can't even, if they talk, they're so ashamed that if they speak, it's so embarrassing for them to talk about it.
Exactly.
The proof is out. A lot of them hungry. A lot of them are so embarrassed. None of them can't even work. I am a businessman, and many businesses are finding it tough here right now to even keep their head afloat over this thing. Many businesses are going under. People don't have money. People can't even find work. The businesses are going under because if the people not working to get the money to buy the stuff, the business them going to close. Many businesses have closed already. The microeconomic sector is failing. Government is still the largest employer, and unless we put a system in place where the trillions of dollars that we are sitting on is utilized in part to facilitate growth and development for our people, we are going to have a serious problem. Let me big up all the farmers. Mr. Fenton, big up to Mr. Fenton, a farmer. To all our farmers across the Carrot Bay Hills, big up to all the farmers. You think the Canadian people, they're not the ones who are going to be seeing food shortage, you know. Any day, any day, Lord help us.
They're not preparing.
Any day the ships cannot bring food across the waters into the Caribbean region. People going dead for hungry. You think it's joke this is? You think this is a joke? And if we don't find a system to get our people engaged in industry to sustain ourselves. I see a project start the other day to get some poultry thing going. Livestock, food production. We have to find a way to produce that our people can sustain themselves, even if no ships not crossing here to put food on the supermarket shelves. We must find a way to keep our people engaged so we can protect ourselves. God help us if we don't get this right. Lord help us. Let me thank all our friends who are commenting in the chat, because I tell you, this is not a joke. And we have to deal with it. Yes, the sister is on the line, and trust me, she gave me just a little piece of her story, and I'm so upset. I didn't plan to go on so bad, but my God, come on now. This is sad. When a woman needs help and you go to your government, and they are too busy to even study you. Too busy. And where you find one case, trust me, you have about 1,000 or 2,000 others like that. You have to multiply one by about 2,000 because you have other cases like that, if not more. But people are afraid, as she said, they are bullied into not talking, because if they are bullied against, you said they're bullied not to go on social media. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
It's not me saying it. You think it's me talking? Come on. I'm calling to the BVI. Open your eyes, politicians. The Honorable Andrew A. Foy. The Honorable Wheatley. Yes? The honorables, as you are called. Honorable. Damn it. Get up and get right, man. Do the right thing for your people. The women, Honorable Shireen Flax, and all the other women. Women normally would be the ones to get some things in place. I'm not sure how we don't see more social programs happening here to help our people to grow and develop. The women normally would be the ones to get these in place. Is their bureaucracy so bad that our women cannot function? Is this the case? We need to start talking, yo, and stop being plastic. This facade ain't working. And when our young people get to the place where they become desperate, politicians can't walk on the road. I keep saying it. Politicians who have to go burglar bar them house. Because when the young people then wake up and realize, listen, I don't like talking like this, you know. It happens every time I say it. Young people, when they wake up and get hungry and they watch you living the good life, they're going to come get it. You think this is a joke? You think I'm joking? You're living a good life and they're watching you do it and they can't live a good life. You think they're going to sit by and watch you and pretend it's all good? They're going to come get you. Politicians, wake up. And if you have 1 million guards around you, they can't help you when young people get nasty. Because when they're hungry, Bob Marley say a hungry man is an angry man.
Every day, me just look up in the first names when my leg will come from. I don't have anything to give me try. Only hot water. Give him some hot water to drink.
I am calling on the Honorable Andrew Foy. I'm calling on the Honorable Shireen Flax, the Honorable Vincent Wheatley, the Honorables in the territory called the British Virgin Islands. There are many things happening on the undercover. And if you don't connect with the people, you will never know. People are hungry, boss. Women politicians in this country, people are hungry, sister. Find a way to get into your community and put social programs in place to save your people. Don't tell me about belongers and locals when they are the ones who are suffering like hell. Don't tell me about that. Because to be a local or a belonger is just a political ploy for votes. That's all it is.
That's all it's about.
Don't tell me about locals and belongers when the locals and the belongers are suffering. Don't tell me about that. And let me warn the people, if you really want true government, the people need to get up off the rear end and put together a government that is going to be for the people, of the people, and by the people. Right? I don't know what that means to some of you who are listening. But politicians not operating in your best interest. Right now, everybody's thinking about the next election. What are they doing for the people? It is not about the people. What is this about? Huh? And soon, you see everybody with this big campaign, spending tens of millions of dollars. And the people who they're campaigning to win are as hungry as hell. I don't get it. I don't get it. And you won't tell them lie again that, oh, vote for me and I will take you to the moon. If you vote for me, I will give you children education. When people can't even send their children to school.
Big lie.
I am not here this evening to make anybody look bad. I am here to speak the raw truth, for God's sake. The time has come when we need to wake the hell up and get real. We have been forming the ass for too long. Too long.
The same government sent me out of my own country to do a trade. And when I came back, I started from scratch. Not one of them to say, give me a job full time. I am qualified. I qualified to be a caterer. I qualified to be a housekeeper. I qualified for whatever you name it, jack of all trade.
That's the voice of the woman who is on my screen. For those of you who can help her, please call me here at this number. Give me a call at the end of the program. And let us work to help our people. If the Honorable Andrew Foy is not able to call me here, have one of your officials call me. And I will put you onto this woman. If you don't have her number, I'm sure you must have her number someplace. You have her name, you can find her. You can find anybody in this territory if you want to find her. Place is small. Get to that woman and help her. Don't allow her to find herself in prostitution, because not all of us enjoy that. Not all women enjoy prostitution. Not all women are prepared to sell themselves for a piece of chicken or a pound of rice. For God's sake, come on. Not all women enjoy that.
That's right.
And we have to get to the place, my beloved people, where we put programs in place, put systems in place to help our people to survive. I know this is going to create waves tomorrow, that's fine. But the time has come. And every politician should take a serious look into themselves. Because you should never go to the people talking about you. Election coming up for most of you. And right now, many of you campaigning about the next election. Campaigning. Some of you have been always campaigning. If the people are hungry, who are you going to go to for votes? If it was me, like some of them people, I'll run some of you from a doorstep. Like running out from a doorstep. If you don't do if you don't look after the people, how the hell you want the people to vote for you? I'm going to get real tonight with it. How can the people vote for you when you do not look after them? That's common sense talk. Come on. Come on, my people. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. I know you didn't expect this tonight, but for God's sake, come on, yo. Let's do it right for 1 minute. This is common sense talk. Let's do it right for 2 minutes. If you want people to vote for you, politicians, look after them. You will stay in government forever if you look after your people. But if you behave stupidly and hurt your people, how the hell could you come back to them for votes? And let me say this to the people. One part of the foolishness, then knock up another one, put it in.
Okay.
You vote for that one. It the worse than the one before. You put in back the one you take out the last time because they were the worst thing you ever see. You put them back in. Because then come with some sweet talk and tell you bulls.
Yeah.
They do worse.
One,
Hold on now. You're going to look over your shoulder at the last one you threw out, which is worth crap. And are we so stupid? Are we so stupid?
one line to the next.
We really need to wake up. We really need to wake up. We need to wake up. We really need to wake up. If your government is looking out for you, look out for them. You see how unbiased I am? I love the truth. Welcome to the raw truth. If they look out for you, look out for them. If they don't care about you, kick them in the rear and out of your space. You don't need them. The time has come when the people have to look out for themselves. If government is not doing it, then you have to look out for yourself. Common sense. You can't be hungry and your government is farming the ass. Let me take a break and come right back. And when we come back, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna ask the goodly woman, the young lady, to share her final thoughts with us as we put the lid on. Because this is nothing to take lightly. I'm very upset. I'm not sure why I'm so upset. But there are many other people like her who are suffering like this, and no one seems to care. Share this live with everybody you can share it with. Send it to every government official. Send it everywhere. They need to hear this. The time has come when we need a heart. If you have no heart for your people, they should not regard your presence. Period. We take a break, we come back in a moment.
You have been watching the latest development, and you seem to be very unsure of what to do next. You know something is about to happen, but again, you simply keep watching without a clue as to what to do next. Wake up, my brothers and sisters. You must move now to save yourselves. Move now to prepare yourselves for the peril ahead. Lifeline Financial Programs has always been telling you that things will get very serious very quickly if you do not prepare for what is coming. Nothing will get better. Move now to save yourself. It is predicted that you will be having serious financial problems soon. Will you sit and wait until everything has crashed then say, "If I had known"? Find us today at Lifeline Financial Programs. We have the best plans to keep you alive during the trying times ahead. Don't wait until everything has fallen apart and you are running around like a chicken without a head. Find us at Lifeline Financial Programs today. We will help you find a way. Call us at 540-4555 or email us at lifelinebvlimited@gmail.com.
Lifeline Financial Programs, the gateway to a better future.
You never know what is going to happen here on the Raw Truth, and it's tonight is a very touching night for me. I don't know how to express it because it's deep pain that I'm feeling. To look at the fact that our people are suffering like hell, and politicians are more interested in staying in power than to look after them. And while I support our leaders, I don't have a problem with our leaders. I don't, as in their private capacity as men and women, I don't have a problem with them. But when it comes to your function as a member of the state, of course, we know that the corporation looks out for itself. But why are you conning the people to think that you are looking after them when your ultimate aim is to protect the interest of the state? That's wrong, is it? Don't come to the people and fool them to think that you're looking after them. When after you get into the office, you kick them aside and you're too busy making trillions or billions or millions even. And the people are suffering and you don't care. And yet when it's time for you to get back into office, time for vote, you come back to the people and cry and beg and bawl and it won't work again. Our people are quite smart now. I'm sure they have seen enough. Maybe it took them long enough to wake up, but they're awake. And I think the time has come when we need to pay special attention to taking care of ourselves as a people. And politicians, smart government officials will make sure that you put the necessary arrangements in place to facilitate the development of your people if you wish to remain in government for a lifetime. If you want a one-term stint, keep it just the way you have it. A one-term stint, 3 months or 4 months. You want a one-term stint, you're doing well. Keep it exactly so. But if you wish to remain in the office for generations, you need to implement systems now that our people can begin to benefit. And I'm not talking about hand out one $20 here, $20 there, and $50 there and $50 here, and give your friend $1 here and there so they can vote for you. That's not what I'm talking about. Because the friends are waking up too. Some of you don't know that. Some of the friends of you politicians are only using you to make the money and take it out your hand. And when they don't take it out your hand, they realize that you're a bunch of crap. They're going to kick you too. You think some of them going to vote for some of you? Don't let me laugh, because it is a laughable matter. Some of them just taking all them can get out of some of you, but they're not voting for you. They won't. Because they know some of you don't qualify for the position. Welcome to the raw truth. Again, I say, this young woman is having a serious problem where she cannot send her children to school. Right? And the state has no jurisdiction over her in this case because it is their responsibility to ensure that their citizens are taken care of. And where the state has fallen or has failed to take care of its citizens, it cannot blame the citizen for their mishap when the state is responsible to facilitate the well-being of citizens. Let me speak law to you. And people need to understand this. It is not, the state cannot hold a mother liable for not sending a child to school when the state is not putting programs in place to make sure that the parents send the child to school. Fed, clothed, and sheltered. It is the state's responsibility to every citizen to ensure that its citizens are fed, clothed, and sheltered. And where the state has failed, it cannot hold the citizens accountable. I'm speaking in clear terms. As men and women, the state has no jurisdiction over you whatsoever. This is where we have to take, and I say we as a people, as men and women. Totally different context. We have to take full responsibility for ourselves moving forward, where we engage in industry to protect our best interest, our food, our water, our shelter, our clothing, as men and women among ourselves. We must engage in industry to protect our best interests. Where the state has failed, and the state has a responsibility to men and women to protect them, as well as its citizens. Two totally different scenarios. Because we think they are one and the same. Absolutely not. Where the state has jurisdiction over its citizens, it has no jurisdiction over men and women. Absolutely not. And the police cannot, if it is not attending to a crime scene, have a case against a man or a woman in favor of the state. The police will be operating as a mercenary in this case. We have to wake up to these things. We need to understand what the hell we're dealing with, and this is the problem. Because of our ignorance, we're exploited as a people. So let's wake up, my beloved brothers and sisters. If the people of the BVI and other nations across the Caribbean region are going to protect themselves, and I say people all, if men and women across the region are going to protect themselves, we must engage in a system where the rights of men and women are protected. Not subscribing to a system where your rights are abrogated. Because that is what the state does to you because of your ignorance. In the case of this woman her rights are violated, and she has been employed, she said, for 19 years. And she was terminated without a penny.
Yeah.
Went back to the Labor Department. They tell her she need a qualification to do a little sales job. And as a local, as a belonger, not belonger, as a local, she need to have qualification to do a little sales job. Right now, she's prepared to do a little housekeeping job to make some money. And I'm sure maybe they might tell her that she need qualification too.
Yeah.
Let's look out. Listen, let's look out. Let's look out for our people. Let's look out for our people. Again, I put the number on. Please call me here after the show and leave your number with me so we can get this young woman to call you, because she needs a job. She needs to earn. She's prepared to clean your house to make a buck to feed her children. She needs to send them to school. She have rent to pay. And the next thing that she's set for right now, if nothing happens, she have to go sell sex to make money to feed herself. Welcome to the raw truth. And she don't make up her mind to do that because that is not what she wants to do. I'm imploring the government of the British Virgin Islands. There are many people like this one on the line right now who are having a serious time dealing with the economic constraints as is presented, as was created by lockdowns and undue crap that has happened. And now people are suffering like hell. And now is it that you're going to tell me that you create a situation that you can fix? Come on, we should have think about this before we start. Millions of dollars are available. Come on, put a system in place so our people can be helped. Again, I say I'm not here to tear down anybody. I'm not here to make anybody look bad. I'm here to highlight the truth, the raw truth. I'm here to highlight the facts as they happen. My sister, can you take a few minutes and just leave some closing words with our people that they can hear you say it from your own mouth. Go ahead, talk with us.
I'm not happy with all what's happening here to me because every day is like a pain in my heart and it's aching me and it's on the inside. I can't be speechless. I have to speak out. And I hope by now, maybe some person might be angry because I come at the media and I express myself. But really and truly, there's nothing more that I can do right now to help myself and to help my child. I need the help of those out there that can help me. And I'm willing to go forward and push forward to get a job to put food on my table for my sons or my children. And as a mother, single parent life is very difficult for me with not having a job right now. I have my rent to pay, I have responsibilities, and it's like every day I look up in the ceiling, 4 ceilings, it's like, where am I going to get my next dollar? And it's really aching me so much. So to those out there that are listening to me, my way forward is to keep the faith. And I'm going to keep pressing on. And the scripture say, better days are coming. And I'm going to keep the faith. And to Mr. Andrew Poy, Honorable Andrew Poy, and the other politicians, I really would appreciate if you reach out for me and assist me. Because I'm a born Bvislander and I do need your help. And once I get that help, others, you can put a smile on their face. And then things will go forward in the right way.
Thank you for joining us, my sister. All the very best to you. Take care of yourself. All the best.
Okay. Yes. Good night.
I'm very teary-eyed right now. It's very sad. I mean, you never see me like this before, and you, it's you really never. No one ever saw me like this before. But I hate when people suffer. I hate when people have need and people turn a blind eye on them. I hate when governments pretend to have the best interest of people at heart and people are hungry and without food and without the necessities of life. And yet, politicians appear to be doing the best job ever to impress people. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. But when the day is over, we cannot continue like this while our people are suffering. To all the politicians who want to remain in office, who are aspiring to woo the people into voting for you, I have a message for you. You have not done well where people are suffering like hell. You haven't done well. You're going to tell me that you cannot assist everybody? Put a system in place and let the system work. The BVI has trillions of dollars at its disposal. It needs nothing. Its people should not suffer for anything. And thousands right now are suffering. Thousands. They don't speak because they're afraid. They are afraid. They are hurting. They are ashamed. Locals are a prideful set of people. They would never ever speak about their struggle and their pain. They're not talking about it. Not to mention I told you, I don't even want to start talking about the immigrant community. It is criminal, some of the situations that some immigrants are going through right now. Absolutely criminal. Are we not going to own them because they are not locals or belongers? Is that what it is? And I don't want to touch it, because I'm not going to sound good. But is it that they don't have a place because they don't belong? They are not belongers. Worse, they are not locals, and you have to look out for your local people, but the locals are still hungry. Some of them. Locals are still having it tough. Some of them. So what's the difference? If your focus is on locals and belongers, my beloved politicians, why are locals having it tough? I'm just raising the questions. And some of you may not like this because you don't like when we speak about these things. You may thank me for it later. Because if you get up now and put systems in place to save, especially your young people, you may be able to walk on the street longer because they are not hungry. Where our people are, Bob Marley, I keep quoting Bob Marley, a hungry man is an angry man. I know some of you won't like it. I know some of you are going to have a serious problem. I know. But our people needs help. Only a heartless man or woman at this point in this discussion would have a problem with what I'm saying. Only a heartless man or woman. You have to be really heartless to have a problem with anything that happened here tonight. And if you look in the chat, you will see one or two of them. And they have made themselves to be seen for who they are. I like when they put the comments there so you can see them. We need to know who they are. You're making me look bad. We just need to do the right thing so we look good. All of us. And my beloved brothers and sisters, right where you are, I'm putting the number on the screen again. Please feel free to call this number when I'm done with this program, that we can we can work together to help, especially this young woman. This young woman needs help. Let us work together to help her. In closing, I call on the politicians of this country to reach out to us here at PSI TV. And this might be a little shocking, perhaps. It might be a little shocking to some of us who may never have expected this. But we need to be awake to the facts. Don't pretend that it is okay, my beloved people. People are having it tough. Some people are having it seriously tough. And if we don't know what is happening, we cannot put things in place to fix the problem. Only idiots would have a problem with this. I said categorically. Don't be fools in this case, my beloved brothers and sisters. Let's use our heart and our brain to save ourselves. Because if we don't put something in place soon, it is going to be serious across the Caribbean region. My beloved brothers and sisters, it is with the utmost respect that I say this to our governments across the region. All government officials across the region, let's wake up to the needs of our people. Dare you ever go to one of them and tell them about vote when you have not been looking after them? And I charge the people tonight, if your government official has not been taking care of you, dismiss them from your doorstep when they show up. You reserve the right to do so. There is no need to vote for them when they have not your best interest at heart. Common sense total. Until next week, all the best to you. Take care of yourselves. And if you're watching us on Facebook, please like the Facebook page. If you're watching us on LinkedIn, please go to The Raw Truth and like the page. And if you're watching us, please go to PSI TV on LinkedIn if you can. If you mind, please please click the like button. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel as we continue to bring you the raw truth. Share this with everyone. Share this with all your politician friends. Share this with everyone, wherever they are, that we can all deal with this situation in a way that makes sense so we can save our people. COVID mash up the place. People can't get no work. Governments, it is your duty to put systems in place to help our people. Peace and salutations. Till we catch up next Monday evening. So long.
You have been watching the latest development, and you seem to be very unsure of what to do next. You know something is about to happen, but again, you simply keep watching without a clue as to what to do next. Wake up, my brothers and sisters. You must move now to save yourselves. Move now to prepare yourselves for the peril ahead. Lifeline Financial Programs has always been telling you that things will get very serious very quickly if you do not prepare for what is coming. Nothing will get better. Move now to save yourself. It is predicted that you will be having serious financial problems soon. Will you sit and wait until everything has crashed then say, if I had known? Find us today at Lifeline Financial Programs. We have the best plans to keep you alive during the trying times ahead. Don't wait until everything has fallen apart and you are running around like a chicken without a head. Find us at Lifeline Financial Programs today. We will help you find a way. Call us at 540-4555 or email us at lifelinebvlimited@gmail.com.
Lifeline Financial Programs, the gateway to a better future.
Everything around us is changing. Yeah. Nothing will ever be the same. Yeah. Limitless scope for transformation. Yeah. Yet no one has the answer for the pain. Yeah. Selfishness and greed have many blinded. Heartlessness has many people suffering. Why can't we see our brothers' pain? Yeah. Children are hungry and they are crying. Mothers are hurting and they are sighing. Yet all we care about is gain. Yeah. stand for unity, yeah. Deception is tumbling down, live in unity, yeah, yeah. Division must be broken down, unite in dignity, yeah. United under God we stand, unity is power.